Ok, bienvenidos a una nueva entrevista. Welcome to a new interview. We are with Isabella. Thank you for coming. And do you want to introduce yourself or tell us something about you?
Sure, Rumi. Thank you so much for the invite. My name is Isabella. I've been working with Web2 and Web3 communities pretty much for the past 7 years. That's a topic that I love the most, that I'm very passionate about. And for the past 2 years, I've been focusing on Web3, building communities and working together with individuals on how to scale the ecosystem through bringing people together, ideas, projects, and making things happen.
Nice. Okay, what do you think or what do you tell us about your role?
Yeah, sure. So very recently I joined the Ethereum Foundation to work more specifically on Ethereum.org. Ethereum.org is a community that maintains a website, a platform, learning platform for folks who want to learn about Ethereum and Web3 as a whole. So there are like over 50,000 of people from all over the world producing content, translating the website in over 55 languages, which is for us a source of pride, because maybe we can touch base this topic a bit later on, like how we know that most of the content, most of the knowledge is only available in English, and this could be a big barrier for, for folks to learn and contribute more in the ecosystem. So yeah, this is very recently a role for me, but it's amazing to be part, to work on a public good and definitely advancing the ecosystem through getting people to learn and contribute together.
Nice, thank you. Recently, you launched the writers cohort, and it was amazing. I was part of.
I know. Yeah. So for our community in Ethereum.org, besides maintaining the website, we've been trying to launch a couple of initiatives, to bring the community together, to learn something besides the day-to-day part of the platform. So yeah, a couple of months ago we organized the writers cohort, where we asked folks to write about Web3. So you could come whatever knowledge that you have, resources and so on, and we would gather every week throughout 3 weeks, to give support to each other, to mentoring and so on. Very recently, to be fair, it's actually happening right now. We are running a translate-a-thon.
Yeah.
It's like a hackathon for people who want to translate their website. So it's a week-long event, and we have folks from all over the world. There are actually around 60 languages and 500 folks who are participating, and it's very interesting. So every now and then, I know this week we've been pretty busy with Ethereum in Argentina, but every now and then I go on Discord and then I see people, oh yeah, I woke up at 4 a.m. just to translate the website. It's that's amazing. And we know that, like I said, myself and the team and Ethereum.org, the ethos of our community is how to make content more available and accessible. So language, it's a small part of it, but we do understand, and we really support the idea that the more content is available in other languages, the more people can start getting to know more about the technology, how it can be useful on their day-to-day lives, and hopefully come to contribute and build together.
Nice, thank you. I think that we right now, in the current time, we are. The Ethereum.org is showing us more programs. They improve the communication, because people out of the ecosystem know the Ethereum Foundation, it.org, the different communities, people, and there is a lot of information. And I like how the Ethereum.org are putting the focus in community. Recently, they launched this kind of council of seven members from the community, and for me it was amazing. In this way, I wanna ask you, what do you think about the Ethereum community around the world?
The Ethereum community, like I said yesterday during my presentation, they share the same space, the same soil of this infinite garden, but we know that each one of us, in let's say each project, each plant, they have different necessities, like any other plant. And for example, I study wine, and I know that Argentina is a big wine region, and I know that like in different regions they have like the grapes can only grow through different soil treatment, different temperatures, and so is Ethereum. So we know that like this ecosystem is so broad, but people, projects, they have different needs. But what brings them together is the motivation, is the shared resources, like the open source projects and resources available. So definitely, and one of the things for me that it's been amazing, one of the things, although I'm Brazilian, I've been living in Europe for the past 10 years, so it was natural to happen that I kind of lost, contact and touch with the reality of my country and my region. And for me, it's been great to actually come here to Argentina and relearn what this region is about. That like people in Asia, people in Africa, people in Europe, they have different challenges, which is great. And this doesn't stop us, to actually come and contribute and like to learn together and to actually empathize, because I do have lots, I'm lucky to have like tons of Argentinian friends where I live, but only on coming here and seeing, like how the ecosystem here works and how we are trying, and Itquipo is one of the big examples on that, like how to connect more this beautiful infinite garden into real life, to see like what are like the problems, the challenges the society here, not only in Argentina but in Latin America as a whole are facing, and how we can bring this technology, these communities, and this opportunity overall to make society better.
Nice. Thank you for your words. If you have any messages or if you have any words, you can say.
Sure. I'm a big advocate to bring diversity to the community. We know that not all of us have access to the same opportunities. Many of us came from different walks of life. So I would ask you to everyone that Ethereum, it's not only for the technical people. Ethereum is not only for the nerds. Like my background actually explains a lot. I dropped out university 8 times. I don't recommend you all to do that though. But I encourage you, to, if you want to learn more about the ecosystem, come have a look at Ethereum.org. We try our best to have our content as simple as possible, for a beginner to actually understand what it's about, besides the opportunity, besides the chance to read probably in your native language. But overall, I would encourage everyone to, come learn, contribute, join communities. There are several communities out there, then you can probably find, what's your interest and what's your group of people, and help us to scale this ecosystem. That's very important. We know it will take a couple of years, but if we don't start now, we gotta start from somewhere. So that's basically, yesterday I was saying one quote, and maybe this is my time to show that I speak Portuguese, and one quote from José Saramago that we say, que não tenhamos pressa, mas que não percamos tempo. That basically say we should not rush, but we should not lose time. So now it's time. So come contribute to Ethereum, come attend conferences, have a look at Ethereum.org, join communities, and let this journey continue or begins to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.